Brian Schaffer of Estes Park recounts what happened to him on a Saturday in December 2022, a day he'll remember forever. He used a ladder to climb on the roof to change out the chimney cap on the fireplace, but on the way down, something went terribly wrong.
The second rung down, the ladder started sliding, and my first response was, I'm gonna grab the gutter and just hang on and then drop. But I must have swung, and I lost grip, and I ended up falling about 10 to 12 feet.
Brian landed on the cement stairs and rolled to the bottom, hitting his head in the process.
I woke up hearing my wife's voice talking to 911. And I was trying to get up, but I felt like I'd just been hit by a 300-pound football player. I shouldn't have been fiddling on the roof.
Brian serves as the chaplain for Estes Park's volunteer fire department. Division Chief Paul Capo was one of his friends on the scene at his house that afternoon.
We saw Brian on the ground, altered level of consciousness, so immediately, anxiety.
Paul says having a hospital in town equipped to handle trauma is crucial to the Estes Valley.
It's a huge benefit having immediate care to stabilize our patients, just centrally located in town with the staff that's qualified to be able to treat trauma is huge.
Within minutes, Brian was on a stretcher, being stabilized by Estes Park paramedics, and was rushed to the emergency department where he was taken to a trauma room.
In trauma, there's a golden hour. We want to get the patient where they need to be at a higher level of care within 1 hour.
Once it was determined Brian was breathing all right and was not exhibiting signs of internal bleeding, he was taken to the CT scanner, where technicians captured images of his head, spine, pelvis, abdomen, and chest to make sure there were no internal injuries and to assess his bone trauma.
Right here, that is a fracture through his sacrum.
Brian remembers he was shaken up and scared.
I started crying.
He also remembers the reassurance he got from one of the ER nurses.
It's gonna be okay. And it was. I do remember that I felt very well cared for.
We are certified every 3 years to provide care that is truly exceptional for this community. To be a level 4, you have to have a blood bank, you have to have lab and x-ray available 24 hours a day, CT scanning, as well as a general surgeon that is able to come in and he's on call 24/7, 365.
Estes Park Health has maintained Level 4 trauma certification since the late 90s, a commitment Dr. Christopher Daly says has saved lives.
Most everyone who's moved here, retired here, or even tourists that know they're going to come here rely on this hospital as well as the emergency services. We have really stepped up our game in taking care of trauma patients here in Estes Park.
Dr. Daly says Brian benefited from timely, excellent trauma care.
He is very, very lucky.
I don't know what would have happened if they weren't able to respond quickly and determine what my condition was and make sure that I got the hospital that I needed to be in for recovery. And I'm very grateful.
In the case of an emergency, think Estes Park Health, providing life-saving trauma care. Estes Park Health, mountaintop medicine, quality care.